What's up, y'all? It's your boy Charlie Beats, aka Charlie Produced It. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how to sidechain your kicks to your 808s. This technique is going to help your kicks punch through the 808s a little bit harder, and I'm going to show you guys how I mix my 808s and my kicks and other techniques that I use to make my drums harder. So I have a project pulled up here. I'm going to show you guys the beat so you guys can have some context, and let's just take a listen. So as soon as the drums hit, we have the 808s and the kicks hitting at the same time. Basically what I want to do is I want to sidechain my kick to my 808 so that it punches through the mix more and punches through the 808, right? So first thing I do, how to sidechain your kicks to your 808, you go to your mixer, go to your 808 track, gonna add a fruity limiter, and then once you do that, you're gonna go to your kick and you're going to sidechain it. So on the 808 track, there's an arrow. You're gonna right click that arrow and you're gonna go to side chain to this track. It's gonna side chain the kick to the 808, right? Once you do that, you're gonna go back to the 808 track, go to the limiter, and then go to the compression section, and then you're gonna right click and click your kick, or you can scroll up and down, right? So now that we got the kick side chain to the 808, I'm gonna adjust the threshold a little bit. I'm gonna adjust the ratio to like 2.5, and the release I'm gonna keep it the same. And so let's pay attention to what the compression, the side chaining is doing while I play the beat. Right, so every time the kick hits, it drops the 808, so like the 808 drops in volume. Basically what this technique does is kind of just helps your kicks punch through the 808s a little more, and by doing that you use sidechain compression. The threshold is basically a ceiling, basically setting a ceiling level, so anything that passes that ceiling, it'll get knocked down. The ratio is how much compression you want to add. The release is how fast the 808 comes back to its normal level. The attack is how long the side chain compression will kick in. I really don't mess with the attack or the sustain. I just mess with the release, the threshold, and the ratio. For this trap beat, I just want just a little bit of compression. A little bit goes a long way, and I want the kick to come in immediately and come out. That's it. And then so the more I turn up the release, the longer it's gonna take for the 808 to come back in. So I'm gonna show you what I mean. So it just kind of takes away that 808 transient, and the kick is dominating the 808 at this point. So I don't want to do that. I just want something very quick, something very subtle, and it just goes a long way. So again, I would just set it to like maybe the most 4 dB, depending on the track. Honestly, I just use my ear. I don't really get technical with it. So for me, again, a threshold of 3.5 dB, a ratio of 2.5 is fine. And the release, I'll just turn it down to get it in that right spot. And that's basically how you sidechain compress. So a good thing to remember when you're doing an 808 pattern or just any 808, you always want to press cut self, because if you don't, it's gonna overlap the next note. I'm gonna show you what it sounds like without hitting cut self. It just sounds very wobbly, very just like not good. It doesn't sound good at all. So another thing that I do to make my kicks and my 808s harder, If you go into the kick channel right here on your channel rack, there's gonna be you're gonna go to the wave icon, and then right next to this wrench tool there's like a knob tool right here, and there's also a boost knob. So what I did was I basically got a kick that fit the 808, kick that really complemented the 808, and I just turned up this boost knob to like 12%, and I just felt like that was really like the punch that I was looking for. I'm gonna show you guys what it sounds like without the boost knob, just all the way down. Barely hear the kick, and I really want that kick to punch through the mix. So what I did was I turned up the boost knob to 12%. You don't want to put it too high, or else it's just gonna sound very just unnatural, just too hard. You know, again, use your ear. And then so yeah, that's that. And you could do the same thing for the 808s too. I like to just leave the 808s how they are for the most part, but you know, in this case, this 808 was a little bit quiet for my liking, so I'll just put it up maybe like 2% for the boost knob. And then another thing that you can do to make your kick stand out is EQ. Particular kick, I just used a simple EQ. I just went to the preset section, and I just went to 20 hertz plus 18 hertz cut or whatever, and I basically just cut out some of the low end from the kick, so that the low end from the 808 can kind of shine in that area. But for the most part, if your sound selection is good, you don't really need to EQ your kicks or your 808s. I usually don't EQ my kicks and my 808s. I leave them how they are. This is kind of how you achieve more of a tight kick, by just EQing that low end, all of the sub frequencies, and kind of just, you know, using your ear to kind of just get that right kick sound. The more you take away the low end, the more thin the kick is gonna sound. So obviously you don't want that. You just want just a simple, maybe like to 60 hertz. So for sure, it makes the kick sound a lot tighter. It makes it sound like it just fits in with the 808 a little bit more. Again, I usually wouldn't even do this. I would just, you know, not EQ my kicks or my 808s, but in this case it actually sounds good. So that's how I mix my kick. My 808, I don't touch the 808 because the 808 is supposed to be low end, rumbly, and I don't really mess with the 808 like that. The kick I will. And obviously you can boost it. You can grab another EQ, and you can kind of go really into it and boost it however you want, but there's no reason to do that. At that point you're kind of butchering it, like you're making it way too hard. But if you needed to do that, you could, if you wanted to sculpt it that way. Another thing that you can do to make your drums pop out more is just turn everything else down. Like all of your other sounds except for the kick and the 808, you can turn them down. Not a lot, because you want them to be present in the mix, but you want the kick and the 808 to kind of dominate. You want it to kind of like punch through the mix, so you just literally turn all the other sounds down. So that's about it. That's what I do for my kicks and my 808s to make them hard. And the sidechain compression technique, that's gonna help you even more to bring out your kicks with your 808s. If this has helped you guys, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. New videos every week. If there's another FL Studio topic that you want me to talk about, if there's anything you guys want to learn, leave it down in the comments. I'll make a video for it. You already know the vibes. It's Charlie Beats, aka Charlie Produced It.